Hopefully you had a great day. We are going to be continuing with law of cosines, and today what we're going to see is actually the case where we are given three sides. So instead of two sides and an angle, we are just given three sides. In this case is referred to as side. Okay. And we're going to end up applying the law of cosines. We're still going to end up applying the law of cosines, and you'll see what we're going to do to be able to find the angle, okay? So when it comes to that case, you could use any of the three formulas that we've seen this week. It doesn't matter which one you use. You could end up using any of these three, okay? So you're going to decide which one of these three you're going to use to solve for the angle, because remember that in each of these cases right here, you would be solving for angle A, and this one right here, you would be solving for angle B, and the last case, you would be solving for angle C, okay? So you could use any of the three. Okay, I'm going to jump right away to the example, okay? So if you notice right here, we are giving three sides. We're not given any of the angles. We're given that angle A, side A is 6, side B is 9, and side C is 4. All we have are the three sides. And so right here, I've already started to show you, okay, how do I solve for my angle? And I decided to pick the first one. Remember, you could pick the second or the third one. It is up to you. I am solving for angle A. And to solve for angle A, so I am solving for angle A. What I would do is end up making 2bc cosine A positive, so I move that to the other side. That's why we are able to see that in the next case where it says 2bc cosine A equals b squared plus c squared. Now I've moved a squared by subtracting it. And what do we do if we want to leave the cosine A by itself? Divide by 2bc. And then the next thing would be to take A is equal to cosine inverse of all of this, okay, of b squared plus c squared minus a squared all over 2bc. That all needs to go in parentheses, okay? So for our case, if we want us to solve for A, I'm now going to plug in our values so you're able to see them. If I wanted to solve for A would be cosine inverse. What does it say first? We put b squared. In our case, b is 9. 9 squared plus c squared. In our case, it's 4. C is 4. And A is 6 minus the 6 squared for A all over 2 times the value of b, which is 9, times c, which is 4. So I'm going to take that whole thing and go to decimals, okay? Remember that in decimals, what are you going to do? You're going to put your settings, make sure your settings are in degrees, and I am going to plug in, starting with cosine inverse, and then I'm going to do 9 squared, make sure you put the division, 9 squared plus the 4 squared minus 6 squared all over, and then I'm going to put 2 divided by the 2 times the 9 in parentheses, 4 in parentheses, and you should get that the angle A is 32 degrees. I went around to minutes degree. Okay, so we have solved for angle A. So now what do we do to solve for one of the other angles? You just use laws of sines. So now we're going to do law of sines. So we have now our angle. So of A, so sine of 32. And I know side A is 6 equals sine of B, and then B, which is 9. Okay? I'm going to do that for both B, and then I'm also, right now, so you see, I'm going to set up for C as well. So like that, I'm able to see the measurements right now. So I'll do sine of 32 over 6 equals, oh, we don't need to do sine of C. Just remember, because I'm going to show you a trick to find it. Something very easy. Okay. So then, we cross multiply. I'm going to cross multiply. So we have 6 sine B equals 9 sine of 32. What are we going to do to both sides? Divide by 6. We should get a value. Okay, we go to decimals. 9 sine of 32 divided by 6. So I have sine B equals, remember we take now to solve for angle, we take the inverse. Whenever you want to find the angle, you always end up taking the inverse. Okay? So my angle is actually 53 degrees. So now how do we find C? Remember, we said in a triangle, I have 180 degrees, minus my angle A, which was 32 degrees, and now I have found B, which is 53 degrees. 180 95. So C is equal to 95. Okay, so now we have found all three angles. Okay, do we still have to check if we have the case whether we have two triangles? Yes, remember that in that case we had that H equals B sine A, and we know that our length of B is 9 sine of 32. So in this case, we have that our height is less than A, which is less than B. Okay? So when we have our height and it's less than A, I apologize, I want to make sure that our height is less than A, which is less than B. So we have the case that we have two triangles. Okay? So you keep your angle A the same. And now what you're going to do is to find your B2. Remember, to find B2, we take 180 minus the 53. Okay. Which is 127. And then C2 would be, if I take 127, 180 minus the 32 degrees minus the 127. 32 would be 21. Okay? Please try the homework. If you have any questions, let me know. Thank you.